At the age of 14, I was suddenly told that I have some problem and can't look as I always wanted to. All these years, I thought that I was fat because I ate a lot, more than others, and I will be as fit as them the day I start dieting and exercising. I started and immediately stopped, or was stopped. As per them, I had a disorder and losing weight isn't normal for me. So did I lose weight? Can you too in any way? That is the question, and this video will give you the answers. My name is Sarati, and welcome to the channel. I decided not to give up, ignoring every argument. I probably read, heard, and saw everything that possibly existed about this topic. It is then when I saw some people curing their body aches by some meditation. What? Now you might be thinking, how does that match with my problem? No, it doesn't. But it gave me a lead. I got a seed that branched out into various ideas leading to different universal concepts, and probably at least one of them will lead me to my goal. Now, how and what seed came out of it? The seed of confirmation and hope. This body aches, and meditation phenomena prove that there certainly was a way to change the body from the inside without involving the outside. In simple terms, the bodily condition that looks permanent from the external medicative lens can be cured using the mind. At least, that's what those people said. I then came out with a new question. Is it limited to pains or expands to all areas? I started digging the subject and ended up reading 20 books in 1 month. Yes, I read 20 books in just 1 month. And of course, hundreds of videos and podcasts as well. In this process, I even spent more than $1,000 to access all the available material. This exposed me to the concept of visualization, which says, visualize your desired end result with immersion and feelings, and it will be your reality. It sounded real as it has happened to me before. In fact, it happens with all of us. When something that we desire earnestly just happens to appear out of nowhere. So I started doing it. It felt like I reached it. This was it. I found the answer. It even felt good. For the first time, I did a treatment that felt good. I visualized a few times a day and months passed. Before I weighed or measured myself and came to any conclusion about the effectiveness of the technique. One of my family members I met after a while casually said, "Hey, you gained a lot." And I was devastated. What? Gained? But it's not possible. The worst I expected was that I am losing weight at a very low pace, but not that I gained. So it was not even back to zero. It became -5. This really was telling me that there's nothing in all this, but I didn't want to stop. What's on the losing side? I will remain like this. I'm already like this anyways. And those thousands of people are benefiting, so why can't I? That made me think, there's definitely something I'm missing. That exposed me to the most vital and often ignored factor in the concept of using visualizations, and that is of the patterns. What patterns does your mind have? What amount of agility does it have in accepting new and alien facts? How much does it complement you in moving ahead? Studies show that more than 75% of people live in their past. That almost 80% of their daily activities, behavior, reactions, and habits are based on their childhood or early life incidents. And in this field, that many call the law of attraction. Your mind should be on the same page as you. So you cannot put energy in a visual of your new dream body when your mind identifies only with your older self. So what you visualized and felt was just a make-believe and not real. This disclosed the secret to me. No matter what technique you use for manifesting your desired result, all of them only work when accompanied by emotions, and real emotions come only in real scenes. You must have heard this phrase a lot by now. Your mind cannot distinguish between what's real and what's imagination, because it identifies and reacts to emotions and feelings. That's because most of the memories you have of your childhood are either when you were scared or when you laughed a lot. As on both these times, the emotions were very strong. Having said that, emotions don't come on any random visual you play in your mind. If you've been in a substandard environment or surrounded by negativity most of the times, your mind adjusts to that, and even a thought of happiness feels like a survival threat to it. Thus, it resists. Some people feel this resistance more strongly, like getting breathless before or during meditating or feeling nervous and uneasy, when even trying to visualize or when they just cannot visualize no matter how hard they try. All these are ways your mind stops you from doing anything that's a potential danger. Sometimes the past emotions even form blocks that latently stop you from visualizing or progressing. Well-guided steps for the solution to that are in my free ebook linked below. Under this concept, I stumbled upon Joe Dispenza's work and the main thing it preaches. It changes DNA. Now that's astounding. Affirming your mind, your new identity, even transforms your DNA. That means you become a completely new human being altogether. I then understood how important it was to break the old patterns, and for this I adopted a fairly simple mechanism. Mind patterns what it experiences. So I made my mind see the things that I want to manifest, much like how a vision board works. Or essentially the concept vision boards are made on. I saw shows, videos, and photos of people like whom I want to look like. I even joined online fan pages and groups of such models or celebs where people were avid fans and just gushed about their favorites and how they look all day long. Basically, I made my entire day into a vision board. I was automatically forced to think and judge like that. I started engaging and it made me follow them more. This made me watch a lot of fashion content on my phone. Now all this made my mind to think a certain way. It started changing my core beliefs, my patterns, and when I felt a bit of change in my thinking patterns, as now, instead of avoiding buying new clothes or looking in a mirror, I was thinking about how to look good most of the time. That was new to me. Another important thing is to start reading your mind. Start noticing how and what it does. When I started noticing that most of the thoughts that I get throughout the day are of good looks, grooming, etc., and trying to look like some star, I knew that it was the time. While I continued on my routine of gushing over good looks, I started visualizing again. Many times our mind can't visualize what it hasn't seen. Like if you visualize yourself all slim and trim, you might just see a bloated stomach just as yours. That's simply because your mind doesn't know that image you're trying to see. Now, when I saw much of the good looks, my mind was able to form something. Not fully, but it was a progress of 60% from 0%. It has been 3 months and I have lost 7 kgs, without any exercises or diet. But I have definitely noticed that I have been getting less hungry and feeling more energetic. I didn't include gym yet as I had some negative experiences of exercising and dieting from the past. Obviously, I guess it's time to change those patterns as well. I'll let you know.